Welcome back to WagerTalk.com Sunday NFL action. We've got the Buffalo Bills at Tennessee. Brian, it's going to be your video best bet. I got to ask you, will the real Buffalo Bills please stand up? Because we've seen two different versions of the Buffalo Bills. We saw the Buffalo Bills that smoked Indianapolis and Miami, and then we saw the Buffalo Bills that got smoked by the Giants in New England. Where are they at here? They're somewhere in the middle.
They are in the middle, but I think they're one of the upper echelon teams in the NFL. I had the Giants last week against Buffalo. I thought that was a great spot for them. But, you know, I don't think anybody needs to be in a hurry to play this game because there's a lot of reasons with Tennessee coming off the bye, home dogs coming off the bye, 53%, not going to make you any money, but they're a little bit of an edge there. And Tennessee with the extra week to prepare off of a loss, and I usually like to go on teams of that ilk. But there's plenty of reasons here for me to play Buffalo. But I think right now the line opened 3, went down to 2.5. I think we can actually go a little bit lower here.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that bye week, and that's an angle that we use during the course of the season we'll look at. But I got to tell you, I'm not as thrilled about teams coming off the bye when they have these very early byes. It doesn't serve the team as much as later in the season. You've got, teams as the season goes on, you've got bumps and bruises and players out. That extra week later in the season is more beneficial, I feel, to a team right out of the gate. And especially maybe, and you can look at it both ways. You've got Tennessee with a young quarterback that maybe, okay, you got him a couple weeks experience. Now you got that week off to go in and, digest what he's seen and what he's done right and what he's done wrong and what to work on. So that is a plus for Tennessee. But for Buffalo here, Tyrod Taylor, the key last week, the Giants shut down the running game. Now, Buffalo was without a couple key elements in their offense with LaShawn McCoy and Sammy Watkins. So that definitely hurt their situation, but they couldn't get anything going on the running game, which put too much pressure, I felt, on Tyrod Taylor for this early in, let's face it. He's been in the league a while, but he doesn't have the experience, and we saw that the Giants controlled it from start to finish last week.
Yeah, we're going to have the same situation with Buffalo injury-wise this week. In fact, another running back had a concussion, so he probably won't be playing this week either. But the reason I like Buffalo here is more of a play against Tennessee, and we touched on teams coming off a bye. Basically, it's worth about 1.5 points if you're coming off a bye. I know road favorites do very well, 63%. I think New England's in that situation this week. But, teams coming off a bye, I want a team who gets smoked coming into the bye is one thing. Tennessee played a good game. They just didn't win the game. But, I take a look at the quarterbacks these teams have faced. Buffalo so far has faced Luck in week 1 when he was healthy, Tannehill, who's got some talent, but they haven't played very well this year, and Eli Manning, and also Tom Brady. 3 of the 4 of those quarterbacks are going to be in the Hall of Fame one day. And then you got Tannehill. We'll see how that goes. But you take a look at the Titans, Jameis Winston, Johnny Manziel, and they played Luck when he was at the end, right before. It was the game before he got hurt, or as he was hurt, so he wasn't 100%. So you take a look at that, and then you see that, Buffalo defense has been up and down. But once again, Luck, Brady, Eli Manning, 3 Hall of Famers. This Buffalo defense is a lot better than what we're giving them credit for right now. I think they'll win this game, and obviously the line's looking at 2.5. You just got to win to get the cover for the most part. Buffalo's a better team here. I like Buffalo.
All right, there you go. Brian says to take Buffalo. And guys, don't forget, this weekend you can get $10 off any package if you use the coupon code JIM and the number 10. We'll take $10 off, and you can use it for, Brian's got a big game this weekend. You've been a MAC expert over the years. Last week, your top MAC play, Central Michigan, an underdog. You didn't need the points. They won the game outright. I know you got another strong MAC game this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. Might just piggyback a little bit of money on that one with you. When you say something in a MAC, I listen. Usually it's a big Mac, but, you're good in both Macs.
You've listened too many times.
All right. He's Bryan Leonard. I'm Marco D'Angelo. We're going to be back with another video. Check them all out at WagerTalk.com.